Hello students, welcome to SNCS. Today we'll start a first chapter for class 6 science, that is sources of food. Now what is the meaning of sources of food? Sources of food means from where the food is obtained. So the food is obtained from the two main things, that is either the plants or the animals. In this chapter, we will read about need for food, functions of food, variety in our food, food ingredients, plants as sources of food, animals as sources of food, how living things get food, and eating habits of animals. So let us move on to our first topic, that is need for food. What is the need for food? Why is food important? All living things need energy to remain alive and active. We get energy from the food. So the first and the foremost important function of food is to provide us energy, to give us energy so that we could do all our activities, all our daily activities. Second, the chemical substances present in the food essential for the body are called nutrients, or all the chemical substances which are present in our food are known as the nutrients. The carbohydrates, the fats, the proteins, vitamins, minerals, all these are the nutrients which are present in the food. Now what are the important functions of food? Food provides energy to the body for carrying out all life activities. Just now I told you, food only gives us the energy to do all life activities. Second, it helps in the growth of the body. Food only provides us with the protein to help in the growth of the body. It provides materials for the repair of damaged cells and tissues and to replace them. This work is also done by food only. If in case our body cells and tissues are damaged, so the food only helps us to repair those cells and tissues. It keeps us healthy and enables us to fight against diseases. Now the food only helps us to fight against diseases. Now which food? The food which are rich in vitamins and minerals. This also we have studied in class 5th. The foods which are rich in vitamins and minerals helps us to fight against the diseases. So these were the functions of the food. Now we will move on to our next topic, that is variety in our food. Now do we eat the same food all the time? The answer is no. We eat different types of food. In breakfast we eat different food. In lunch we eat different food. In dinner we eat different food. So one activity is given in your book. What you have to do is you have to write your friend's name and you have to ask your friends about what they eat during breakfast, lunch and dinner, and you have to complete that activity. Moving on to our next topic, that is food ingredients. Now what is the meaning of ingredients? All the raw materials which are used for the preparation of food are called the ingredients. Do all the food that we eat taste same? The answer is no. All the food tastes different because it is prepared by different materials. Different materials are used to prepare different dishes. The raw material used for the preparation of food are called the ingredients, and whatever the raw materials which are required to make the dish are known as ingredients. For example, ingredients of a mango juice. For example, suppose you have to prepare a mango juice. So what all things you will require? What all materials you will require? Some mangoes, milk and sugar. After that only you will be able to make mango juice. So all these ingredients, all these raw materials are of the mango juice. So these are the ingredients. All the raw materials which are required to make a dish, to prepare a food, is known as the ingredients. Now again, one activity is given in your book. You can take help of your mother. Some food items are given. You can take the help of your mother and complete that activity. You have to write the ingredients used in different food. Now in the starting of the chapter, I told you that food is obtained from two main things, either the plants or the animals. So we get a wide variety of food items from the plants. So that's why it is categorized in different categories. Different food items obtained from plants are categorized as follows. The first category is the cereals. Wheat, rice, maize, jowar, millet are called cereals. They are the seeds of the cultivated grass. Being a rich source of carbohydrates, cereals form the staple food of all human beings. Now what are cereals? Cereals are the seeds of cultivated grass. These are the seeds. Examples are wheat, rice, maize, jowar, millet. Millet, what's the meaning of millet? Bajra. Yes. So these are the example of cereals. Now these cereals provide us with the carbohydrates. And what do carbohydrates do? They provide us with the energy to do the work. So we need energy daily. So we eat these food items daily. That's why it is known as our staple food. Now what is the meaning of staple food? The food eaten regularly in substantial quantity, in sufficient quantity is called staple food. And daily we are eating rice and wheat. Chapati we are eating na? Rice also we are eating. Daily we are eating. So these are cereals form the staple food for human beings. Moving on to our next category. Pulses. Pulses are also seeds which are rich in protein. Cereals give us the carbohydrates, pulses give us the protein. Bengal gram, green gram, black gram, lentil, pigeon pea, beans, kidney beans are some examples of commonly used pulses. These are all the types of pulses, and these pulses provide us with the protein, and all these pulses are again obtained from where? Plant only. Now the third category is vegetables. We get a wide variety of vegetables from plants only, but we don't eat all the parts of the same plant. We eat different parts. So according to that, the vegetables are classified as, some commonly used vegetables are, first the root vegetables, whose root we are eating. Radish, carrot, turnip, sweet potato, beetroot, etc. are the root vegetables. We eat their roots as our food. Stem vegetables, underground stem of potato, ginger, garlic, onion, etc. These are the stem vegetables. We eat the stem of these plants. Leafy vegetables, spinach, cabbage, coriander, mint, etc. are the leafy vegetables. We eat their leaf as the food. Flowers as vegetables. Now we eat some of the flowers of the plant also as vegetables like cauliflower, broccoli, etc. Fruits as vegetables. Tomato, brinjal, cucumber, pumpkin, etc. are the fruit that we eat as vegetables of the plants. Moving on to our next category, fruits. We get so many fruits from plant only. These are also plant source. Apple, mango, banana, pineapple, chiku, guava, grapes, orange, etc. are fruits. Oils. Again, oils are obtained from different plants only. Oil, which is used as edible oil, is extracted from seeds of mustard, groundnut, soybean, sesame, sunflower, coconut, etc. Now again, all these things, mustard, groundnut, soybean, sesame, sesame is known as til in Hindi, sunflower, coconut, these are obtained from plants only, and from these food, from these seeds, again the oil is extracted. So from where do we get oil? We get oil from plants only. Now the next category is spices. Spices may be dry seeds, buds, fruits or bark of the plant. Some common spices used in India are cumin seeds, jeera, turmeric, haldi, coriander, dhania, asafoetida, hing and black pepper. Now what are spices? Spices are also the food which are obtained from plants only. But spices do not have any nutritional value, but they add fragrance and taste to our food. Without spices, our food is incomplete. So, spices are obtained from different parts of the plant. They can be obtained from as a seed, buds, fruits, or the bark of the plant. Next category among plants as source of food is sugar. Sugar is again obtained from two plants, that is sugarcane and beetroot. Beetroot in Hindi is known as chukandar. These two plants are, from this we obtain the sugar. The last category among the plants as source of food are tea and coffee. Tea and coffee again both are obtained from plants only. Tea is obtained from the dried leaves of tea plant and coffee is obtained from dry seeds of the coffee plant. So students, these were the food items that we get from the plants. Now we'll study about the food items that we get from the animals. And again, it is categorized differently. First category is meat. We get meat from goat, sheep, poultry like chicken, hen, etc. These are the animals we get the meat. We eat the meat of these animals. Next category is eggs. Eggs are eaten as food in the whole world. We get eggs from hen, duck, goose. These are the animals whose eggs are being eaten. Third category is fishes and seafood. Fishes are obtained from fresh water as well as the sea water. Oyster, crab, lobster, prawns are popular seafoods. They are rich sources of iodine and protein. Now these fishes and this seafood all are obtained from the sea only, and fishes are obtained from fresh water also and seawater also. They are a great source of iodine and protein. They are provide us with the iodine and protein. Next category is of milk and milk products. We get milk from cow, buffalo, goat and sheep. We get milk from these animals and this milk is used to prepare different milk products. Milk provides us with proteins, fat, vitamins and calcium. All these nutrients are provided by milk. It is used for making cottage cheese, that is known as paneer, butter, ghee, curd. All these items are prepared with the help of milk only, and milk we get from animals only. Now some new terms for you. Rearing of fish is called pisciculture. Rearing of honeybees is called apiculture. Now what is the meaning of rearing? Rearing means taking care until grown up. Till the time they are grown up, they are taken care of. Fishes are also taken care of so that they produce eggs, and again it can be sold in the market as a business. Okay, so rearing of fish is known as pisciculture, and rearing of honeybees. Like rearing of honeybees means to produce honey. They are taken care of, honeybees are taken care of so that they could produce honey. This is known as apiculture. So the last category of food items that obtained from animal is the honey only. Honey is produced by honeybees from the nectar collected from the flower. What is nectar? Nectar is the juice of the flower which is collected by the honeybees. It is stored in beehives. In the second picture, this one, this picture, you can see this is a beehive. In this, honeybees are reared. Honey contains sugar, minerals and some enzymes. Honey is antibacterial and it is also used in many medicines. So these were the food items that we get from animals. Living things get food. How do they get food? How do plants get food? How do animals get food? So non-green plants and animals including human beings cannot make their food. They get their food from the plants or the animals. We the human beings and the non-green plants, animals, from where do we get food? We depend on plants and animals for our food. But the green plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. That's why they are known as autotrophs, while the non-green plants and all the animals are known as the heterotrophs. Only those plants, those green plants which prepare their own food in their leaves are known as the autotrophs, and rest all other non-green plants, human beings, animals, we depend on animals and plants for our food. That's why we are known as the heterotrophs. Now, according to the eating habits of animals, animals are grouped into three categories: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. This you might have studied in your previous class also. First category is herbivores. Herbivores, you already know, animals that eat only plants or their parts are called herbivores. Only those animals which eat plants only are known as the herbivores. The word herbivore is derived from the word herbi, which means plant, and vor means eater. That's why herbivore is known as the plant eater. Some examples are given: cow, buffalo, goat, sheep, horse, giraffe, elephant, rabbit, squirrel, etc. are herbivorous animals. They have sharp cutting teeth in front and flat grinding teeth at the back. Herbivores have sharp cutting teeth. They have sharp incisors to cut the trees, and they have broad molars so that they could chew the plants properly. Second category among eating habits of animals is of carnivores. Carnivores are the animals which eat flesh of other animals. The word carnivore has been derived from the word carni, which means flesh, and vor means eater. That's why carnivores are known as the flesh eaters. Lion, tiger, leopard, frog, dog, lizard, snake, etc. are carnivorous animals. Now, eating habits of carnivores are quite different. Lion, tiger have sharp pointed teeth to cut the or to tear the flesh. On the other side, snake swallow the whole food. Okay, so these are the carnivores. Next heading is omnivores. Animals that eat both plants and flesh of other animals are called omnivores. We human beings are the omnivores. The word omnivore has been derived from the word omni, which means all, and vor means eater, because we eat plants also and animals also. Man, hen, bear, crow, sparrow, etc. are the omnivorous animals. Okay, and the last heading from this chapter is of scavengers. Now, what are scavengers? According to the eating habits, scavengers are also a category of animals. Scavengers such as vultures, jackal, etc. are also carnivores. They also eat only the flesh of other animals. But the difference is between carnivores and scavengers that carnivores prey. They hunt for their food. But the scavengers, they do not prey. They do not hunt for their food. They eat the flesh of the dead animals. Those flesh they eat of animals which are already dead. That's why they are known as the earth cleaners. So student, this was our first chapter from Science class 6th. Hope you all understood the chapter and enjoyed it too. Now it's time to do book exercise. So our first question is, tick the correct answer. Food provides material for growth, reproduction, repairing damaged cells, all of them. Yes, food provides material for all of them. Second question is, fishes, prawns and crabs are good sources of carbohydrates, proteins and iodine, fats, minerals. Yes, fishes, prawn, crabs are good sources of protein and iodine. Herbivores eat plants and plant parts, plant and flesh of animals, flesh of other animals only, anything they get easily. So herbivores are the plant eaters. So the correct answer is plants and plants parts only. Next question is, which of these are sources of sugar? When I was explaining the chapter, I told you there are two plants. Okay, cauliflower and beetroot, sugarcane and beetroot, cloves and beetroot, carrot and sugarcane. What will be the answer? Yes, sugarcane and beetroot. Insects and worms are eaten by squirrels, frogs, sparrow, goats. Yes, frogs are the carnivorous, so they will eat the insect and worms. Now the last among the tick the correct answer is in potato the edible part is what part of potato we eat? Green stem, roots, underground stems or green leaves. Yes, we eat the underground stems. Now the next question is fill in the blanks. First one, green plants are also called. What is another name of green plants? At the time of explanation I told you green plants make their own food, that's why they are called autotrophs. Yes, autotrophs. Second, honey is prepared by dash from the dash of flowers. Yes, honey is prepared by the honeybees from the nectar of the flowers. Nectar is the juice of the flowers. Third one, the dash make the staple food of human beings. What is the staple food that we eat daily in substantial quantity, in sufficient quantity? What we eat? The cereals. The last one, cabbage is a dash vegetable. What kind of vegetable is cabbage? It is a leafy vegetables. So students, this was your book exercise. Now the rest of the questions you will write in your science copy. On our school website, a PDF is uploaded of this chapter. You will download that PDF and you will write all the answers in your science copy. Very short answer, long answer, hordes. Every question answer you have to write in your science copy. I hope you understood this chapter very well, and if there is any doubt, we will clear it in Zoom class. So students, thank you for watching.